You're watching India Today with me, Nabila Jamal. I'm going to quickly dive into visuals coming in. MK Stalin, who's just reached the Raj Bhavan, all set to take oath as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for the first time. Here are live shots coming in from the Raj Bhavan. After a stunning victory in 2021 assembly polls, MK Stalin here, all set to take oath as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Stalin, along with his 34 ministers, most of whose portfolios have already now been decided, are going to be taking oath at the Raj Bhavan premises shortly here. Stalin has just arrived at Raj Bhavan. He will be taking oath. Remember, MK Stalin takes oath as the Chief Minister for the first time. He has served as the Deputy Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. He served as the Mayor of Chennai. And first time, Stalin will be stepping into the shoes of his father, Karunanidhi, who was the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu multiple times. Stalin taking his legacy forward, now all set to take oath as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Governor Banwarilal Purohit has invited Stalin and his 34 ministers to take oath, all present currently at the Raj Bhavan. Live visuals coming in here. This is indeed a big day for the DMK, considering after a decade, the DMK now coming back to power. Here's MK Stalin, who's led the cadre to victory. An astounding 156 member assembly constituencies that Stalin has managed to win, leaving AIADMK to settle at 66 constituencies. A huge victory for the DMK, undoubtedly. Looking at a time when tall leaders, stalwarts like Karunanidhi, his father, Jayalalitha, both have passed at a time like this, when the legends are not present in the state. Stalin takes over as the new face in Tamil Nadu. Akshaya Nath joining us on the phone line. Akshaya, we know that you can't really come live considering the kind of security that's right there surrounding the Raj Bhavan. But if you can give us a glimpse, an insight into exactly who are those members who are present inside and what's the mood on ground?
Well, Nabila, what I'm saying is the DMK. This is going to be a comeback for the DMK after a period of 10 years. That is a long wait. And what we can currently see here is DMK leader MK Stalin walking along with Banwarilal Purohit, introducing all the members of the cabinet one by one, and we can see how all the senior members of the DMK who have been given a posting in the ministry are standing up and greeting MK Stalin and Governor Banwarilal Purohit right now. We need to remember, this is the first time that MK Stalin, the son of M. Karunanidhi, is becoming the Chief Minister of the state. The DMK is coming back to power for the sixth time since 1967 in the state, and that is a very important development. But for the BJP, for the DMK, we need to remember that this will be a very time when the COVID-19 cases are surging in the state of Tamil Nadu. The spike is seen in the number reported. The last 1 week, over 20,000 cases have been reported for this. So all of these are concerned. So for the DMK to take the mantle now will be a very tough scenario. We need to really wait and watch how things will be for them. And interestingly, we need to see all the achievements that come here. The allied partners of the DMK, like the Congress, which includes Dinesh Gundu Rao and K.S. Alagri. We also have VTK Chief Sirma Valavan, MDMK Chief Vaiko, and also Manigiri Makkal Kachi Chief Jawarullah. All of these people assembled here. Apart from that, AIADMK leader O. Paneerselvam is also present here, and MNM Chief Kamal Hassan is also present here. And we can also see Prashant Kishore also here, who just greeted Banwarilal Purohit and M.K. Stalin and walked out. We need to remember Prashant Kishore's iPad will play an important role for the DMK this election, and the massive number that the party and its alliance has been able to get needs to be a little bit attributed to the iPad team as well. They have been working hand in glove with the DMK, and even though DMK had a very high chance of coming back to power this time, the assistance of the organization, the political team did make a huge difference, is something that we'll have to say. And we're also seeing that Udaynithi Stalin is also present here. And now M.K. Stalin is introducing his finance minister, P.T.R. Tyagarajan, to Banwarilal Purohit. P.T.R. Tyagarajan, once again, is a very important part of the DMK. His father, grandfather, all of them have held positions in the DMK cabinet at different times. And he is also the DMK's IT cell chief. And P.T.R. Tyagarajan has done his studies in the U.S. So, a man with a lot of attribution, also part of the cabinet. We need to see that this is a mixed bag of leaders. There are two women cabinet ministers, and similarly there are young cabinet ministers. There's a 43-year-old cabinet minister who is going to be heading the portfolio of education. Similarly, Ma Subramanian, who was a former mayor of the Chennai city, is being given the health portfolio. Right now, M.K. Stalin is introducing Udaynithi Stalin and his wife to Banwarilal Purohit, and you're seeing there is some kind of a fun exchange between Udaynithi Stalin and Banwarilal Purohit, and Udaynithi Stalin is introducing his daughter and family to the governor. So, you know, this is a very important moment for the DMK. All these factors have, we need to see a lot of contributing factors for the follow-up leaders. And what we see here is a lot of power in new parties like Makal Yudhimari and, you know, even Sarath Kumar's party and Ram Kamal, all of them trying to bring about the change. We're seeing that the people of Tamil Nadu still gave a mandate to a Dravidian party, which is a DMK this time. And also, the AIADMK, we need to mention, was not far behind. They have for the DMK, really that all the leaders who are present here are pleased with the fact that M.K. Stalin will be
Right.
the Chief Minister of the state for the first time. DMK chief M.K. Stalin, Banwarilal Purohit, the governor of the state, both of them have gone up the dais. Now it is the time for the national anthem here, Nabila.
Well, Akshaya, do stay with us as Akshaya continues tracking this. Let me cut across to Akshata Nandagopal, who's been extensively covering the politics that unfolded in Tamil Nadu, all the month-long coverage. Akshata, finally, M.K. Stalin, who claims victory and now takes oath as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu with his 34 ministers. Here is the DMK who is inevitably going to come to power. It looked like that. Several surveys said that, and rightly so. They've come with an overwhelming majority.
That's right, Avina. Good morning to you and to all of our viewers. M.K. Stalin, they're just getting up on the stage there at the Raj Bhavan. A huge moment for him, for the family, and for the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, because after 10 years, you've got the DMK returning to power. They did face a number of challenges. You know, as you pointed out, everyone had predicted this moment. Everyone had predicted that M.K. Stalin will be the next chief minister. Was it as smooth as they expected? Well, not really, because, you know, DMK insiders also told me that they were expecting much more numbers than what they actually received. But having said that, you know, this is M.K. Stalin's moment for the first time that he is being the chief minister of Tamil Nadu. He's always been number two to his father, M.K. Karunanidhi, and that's why this moment is very important for him as a leader. He's established himself as someone who is rightfully Karunanidhi's heir, someone who's earned that position, not just gotten it because of his blood. And that's another crucial point, because this doesn't end here for him, Nabila. The next few steps also are going to be a big test for him to prove his mettle as a chief minister. You know, he has taken up leadership roles, having served as a mayor and the like, nowhere near the kind of responsibility as a chief minister. So now he'll have to prove his mettle also as a CM. to the people as well as to his own party members. There's been a lot of talk also, about nepotism within the DMK. There's a lot of talk about rowdy culture, something that unfortunately the DMK has been associated with for the last many years when they've come to power and even in the opposition. So that is something also that will be a big challenge for MK Stalin to get rid of, to shed that image that, there are only certain people who thrive in Tamil Nadu when the DMK comes to power. Those are some of the challenges he'll face, besides, of course, as I said, taking on the nepotism tag, especially with Udaynithi Stalin, who's also there at the Raj Bhavan for this historic moment for the family. There are a lot of questions about whether, there is this culture within the DMK that only those from the Karunanidhi family really manage to thrive. You look at also the composition right now, Nabila, of the cabinet, of all the others who are going to be sworn in. There is no one from the family right now. You can see that Udaynithi has not been given a cabinet position, but there are several other big names in this particular cabinet, and important to really highlight them as well, because they've all had a huge role to play in the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. So that's another effort by MK Stalin to send out a message that those who are loyal, those who have been faithful to the party will also get their due, will be given that responsibility.
Well, clearly Stalin has buckled up. He has realized that this is possibly the only criticism that they could receive right now, dynasty politics, and they've faced it time and again. But Stalin's claim to fame that he's rised up the ranks. He's worked as the mayor of Chennai, eventually the deputy chief minister, now taking oath as the chief minister for the first time of Tamil Nadu. Akshita, do stay with us. Let me cut across to the visuals live coming in from the Raj Bhavan.
MK Stalin.
முத்துவேல் கருணாநிதி ஸ்டாலின் என்னும் நான் சட்டப்படி அமைக்கப்பெற்ற இந்திய அரசியலமைப்பின்பால் உண்மையான நம்பிக்கையும் மாறா பற்றும் கொண்டிருப்பேன் என்றும் இந்திய நாட்டின் ஒப்பில்லாத முழுமுதல் ஆட்சியையும் ஒருமையும் நிலைநிறுத்துவேன் என்றும் தமிழ்நாட்டு அரசின் முதலமைச்சராக உண்மையாகவும் உளச்சான்றின்படியும் என் கடமைகளை நிறைவேற்றுவேன் என்றும் அரசியலமைப்பிற்கும் சட்டத்திற்கும் இணங்க அச்சமும் ஒருதலை சார்புமின்றி விருப்பு வெறுப்பை விளக்கி பலதரப்பட்ட மக்கள் அனைவருக்கும் நேர்மையானதை செய்வேன் என்றும் உளமாற உறுதிமொழிகிறேன்.
I MK Stalin.
முத்துவேல் கருணாநிதி ஸ்டாலின் என்னும் நான் தமிழ்நாட்டு அரசின் முதலமைச்சர் என்ற முறையில் எனது கவனத்துக்குள்ளாவதும் தெரிய வருவதுமான எந்த பொருளையும் முதலமைச்சரின் கடமைகளை உரியவாறு நிறைவேற்ற தேவையான அளவுக்கன்றி ஒருவரிடமோ பலரிடமோ நேர்முகமாகவோ மறைமுகமாகவோ அறிவிக்கவோ வெளிப்படுத்தவோ மாட்டேன் என்று உளமாற உறுதிமொழிகிறேன்.
Akshita, please do translate to us MK Stalin, who just took oath on stage as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
Right. So, Nabila, if you notice, first the governor, Mr. Banwarilal Purohit, while administering the oath to Stalin, said, I, MK Stalin. Stalin made it a point to then elaborate his full name, saying, I, Muthuvel Karunanidhi Stalin. A huge cheers also from the audience. You saw also his family, very emotional moment for them. But MK Stalin taking oath there, saying that he will serve the people of Tamil Nadu, and that's going to be the focus as his term as Chief Minister. This is an iconic moment that you made out from really that image of him standing there taking oath, the kind of cheers. It may be a curtailed event, but a huge one for the DMK, Nabila, which is why you see all of them cheering as he read out his name as Muthuvel Karunanidhi Stalin. MK Stalin has always spoken about his father's role, about all that his father did to ensure that he reached this position and all that he's learned also, as he embarks on this journey as CM Stalin. There's going to be a lot of focus on how he takes over all that his father stood for as well. And there's no doubt that he'll have a lot of lessons to learn from Karunanidhi's legacy, from Karunanidhi's term as the Chief Minister. Make no doubt, Abhina, that while, he had that advantage perhaps of being the son of Karunanidhi, it also comes with a lot of pressure because at every stage he's going to be compared to how Karunanidhi was as Chief Minister. He's going to have to match up to that standard, which is a huge ask, which is a tall ask. And M.K. Stalin perhaps recognizes that. He knows that it's his biggest strength. It also is the biggest test for him for those exact same reasons. But very emotional scenes that really played out at the Raj Bhavan as M.K. Stalin was on stage there taking the oath, Nabila. You saw Udhaynidhi seated there. You saw Stalin's wife were also there, who have been very, very emotional as he took the oath. It's a moment they've all been waiting for quite some time. And when you talk about nepotism, which we did, the last conversation that we had, Nabila, there was a mention about how, nepotism is a challenge for the DMK. Nepotism, however, is a little differently defined also in the DMK because M.K. Stalin is someone who's had to prove his worth. He's not someone who got it on a platter just because he's the son of Karunanidhi. And that's what really stood out about him. The fact that, from his 20s, he was actively engaged in politics. He played a role in the youth wing. He was the mayor. So he's had that kind of responsibility. He's had to prove his worth to actually reach the stage of now becoming the Chief Minister.
Absolutely, Akshata. And it's come at an easy time. We're looking at the COVID-19 pandemic. There are a lot of struggles. The AIADMK really rose to the occasion. Edappadi Palaniswamy undoubtedly did a fantastic job in containing the spread of the virus in the state. He was very well credited for it as well by the people of Tamil Nadu. But unfortunately, he did not clinch victory this time. Stalin has taken over at the time of this crisis. They've quickly gone into several curbs. In fact, Tamil Nadu is now partially under lockdown. Curbs are in place. But nonetheless, it seems like otherwise business is running. The oath-taking ceremony is taking place currently in full swing with people there maintaining social distancing with their masks, enthusiasm still on its high. And here you have the ministers now coming forward to take oath. If you could give us a quick glimpse into the portfolios, particularly the health ministry, considering the COVID-19 pandemic at this point of time, a few key portfolios there, Akshata, on who's it been allotted to.
So you've got, in fact, a lot, as I mentioned, Nabila, a lot of senior leaders of the DMK who've essentially been awarded for their role in the DMK as well. So having stood rock solid with M.K. Stalin and with Karunanidhi, Duraimurugan has just taken oath. In fact, he's taken oath as the Minister of Water Resources. So besides that, several senior leaders, you've got Senthil Balaji Rao, you've got Anbil Mahesh, you've got Palanivel Tyagarajan as the Minister of Finance. So all of them have been, in fact, given a role. So you've got a mix, really, of some of the senior-most leaders of the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam and some of the young blood as well. People like Anbil Mahesh are all young leaders. Right now, there are 34 leaders who are taking the oath, and all of them, of course, are holding on to some of the key portfolios in the Tamil Nadu cabinet. And we're going to be seeing, of course, a lot more of the other names also being announced slowly as things move forward. But as I mentioned, it's an interesting mix at this point. You've got M.K. Stalin also holding on to some of the key portfolios. Interestingly also, you've got Stalin holding on to the home portfolio as well. But at this point, if you look at the list also, Nabila, of the DMK leaders and the cabinet that they're holding on to, you did ask also about who's holding on to the health ministry. So the health also very, very important because before this you had Vijay Bhaskar, someone who established his worth also as someone who did well as a health minister amid this kind of a crisis. So there is going to be a lot of focus on how really this government does. They've already put in curbs in place, keeping in mind the situation right now. But right now they've given it to someone who's got a lot of administrative experience. Ma Subramanian has been given the responsibility of the health ministry. He's someone who served as a mayor also. So he's got that administrative experience, and that's something that M.K. Stalin will be counting on. If you look at the portfolio allocation, it's not just about, ensuring that everyone is accommodated, but also ensuring that people have due experience in the field or sector that they've been given. So it's a very well thought out cabinet. If you look at really the names, Nabila, and 34 names are out right now, different ministries that have been assigned to different leaders. Interesting mix of young plus old of the party, all of them being given responsibility.
Absolutely there, Akshata. And speaking of the COVID-19 crisis, it is a huge challenge now for the Stalin government to take control while you have the massive vaccination drive to be carried out, and also all their new political appointees now to ensure that this affair is a smooth one and learn the ropes as quickly as possible. Let me quickly cut across to Akshaya Nath. Akshaya, take us through what you see right there. All right, we're going to try and connect Akshaya back. All right, coming back to you, Akshita. Here we are looking at not just the COVID-19 crisis, but several other issues in terms of finances or employment, education. The AIADMK has been hands-on, and it's now the new rung of the leadership from the DMK that will be taking over. Any key policies or any key promises that the Stalin government has promised that you believe people are looking forward to?
So, as you pointed out, this is a very challenging time for M.K. Stalin to take over as the Chief Minister, to be taking over the helm of affairs. And let's be very, very clear, Nabila, the Chief Minister, Edappadi Palaniswamy, earned a lot of goodwill from the people. Keeping aside, all the ugly politics that we saw within the AIADMK, he earned a lot of goodwill simply because of how, he took charge, especially in the COVID crisis, in the first wave. Yes, there was a surge of cases in Tamil Nadu, but the government was very, very prompt in arresting it and doing all it needed to do to help the people, and the entire management of that crisis is something that earned a lot of goodwill for EPS. I mentioned earlier on, Nabila, in our conversation that, the DMK was hoping to fare a lot better. They're happy with this result, but they were considering this to be a massive landslide win. That didn't happen. And the reason for that is because of the goodwill that EPS has earned. Recognizing that is something that the DMK will have to do immediately. They're going to have to hit the ground running, immediately take charge, immediately ensure that whatever steps need to be taken, they need to do it immediately, because we're talking about a second COVID wave. And with every passing day, cases are currently going up in Tamil Nadu. Perhaps one of the biggest challenges that they have to address right now is the fact, Nabila, that already we're getting in several reports of oxygen shortage in the state, particularly in Chennai. With cases going up, what we saw in Delhi, what we saw in Mumbai, there's a fear that could play out in Chennai as well, because oxygen shortage is something that the administration will have to address immediately. There's going to be no time to celebrate this victory. They're going to have to immediately get to work and ensure that these kind of issues are addressed. If Stalin wants the kind of goodwill that EPS has received and more, he's going to have to ensure that in this current second wave, they ensure all resources are available on the ground and that people get all they need in this kind of a crisis.
Akshita, thank you very much. We're going to continue tracking this. It was quite a delight to see you. Month-long coverage from all the nooks and corners of Tamil Nadu. Thank you very much for joining us. On this note, I'm going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back with all this coverage and more on the other side. Do stay tuned.